Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm dropping another Valentine's Day video. We have salmon Wellington. Instead of salmon, you can actually use beef and make it beef Wellington. But you guys know this channel, I love salmon. So we're gonna do salmon Wellington, super easy, guys. We gonna hop right into the video. No introductions. So first you want to start off with placing 3 tablespoons of butter in a saucepan. And once that butter starts melting, you then want to chop up some onions. I chopped up about 3 tablespoons of onions. And then you want to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. You can use fresh garlic if you want to, but I didn't. Comes out just fine. And then mix that around. Let that cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. And then you want to add in your spinach. In total, I added in 4 cups of spinach, but I like to add it in 2 cups at a time. And then once your spinach, you have all your spinach incorporated, your spinach has wilted down, you then want to season your spinach. Guys, all I do is use salt, pepper, and seasoned salt. So throw some Lawry's up in there. You don't want to, well, you can add any type of seasonings you want to, of course. This is your recipe, but I don't personally like to add all these different types of seasonings because we got our garlic in there, so there's no need to add garlic powder. You know, we got our butter in there, we got our salt, our pepper, and our seasoning. So to me, that's all you need. But do what you want to do, okay? It's your recipe. It's your dish you make for Valentine's Day. But once you add that all in there, your seasonings and stuff, then you want to add in some breadcrumbs, some cream cheese, some Parmesan cheese, and some fresh dill. I didn't have any fresh dill. I had some dill weed, so that worked just fine, guys. So in total, you want to add in 1/3 of a cup of breadcrumbs, and I used the Panko breadcrumbs. And then you want to add in 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. And then I added in about 2 tablespoons of the dill weed, and then 4 ounces of cream cheese, guys. And that's it. Mix that all around, guys. And once it's all nicely incorporated, you can taste it. And I absolutely love this filling. I love the way it tastes, guys. It tastes so good. But this is what we're going to use to actually place on top of our salmon. Speaking of our salmon, once our mixture is mixed, we can move on to it. So I use these puff pastry sheets, guys. You can make your pastries from scratch. I don't know how to do that. So once your puff pastry sheets have reached room temperature, I just take my rolling pin and I just kind of smooth it out. Act like I actually made this from scratch. That's funny. I take my rolling pin, smooth it out, and this is what we're going to place our uncooked salmon in. Yes, guys, we're going to be cooking the salmon in the oven, so don't be all crazy, okay? We're going to put the salmon on there, then add the spinach mixture on top of the salmon. Then we're going to fold use our dough to fold it over, and y'all gonna see what I'm doing. I'm talking ahead of it, but y'all gonna see what I'm doing. So first I season my salmon with just salt, pepper, and some Lawry's. That's all you pretty much need. But again, guys, if you want to throw some garlic powder, if you want to throw some Cajun seasoning, you can add any type of seasoning you want to. But just make sure you season both sides of your salmon. You don't want it to not have no seasoning on there, okay? So once you season it, then we're gonna take that wonderful mixture that I absolutely love, that I was eating the whole time while I was doing this video. You just want to place a good amount of the mixture on top of the salmon, guys. A good amount of mixture. And you just want the mixture to be nice and even, so that way your salmon Wellington, when it bakes in the oven, can bake evenly. You don't want it to be like lopsided. This is Valentine's Day, okay, guys? You want to impress him or her with your cooking skills. This is our time to shine. So then we want to take some egg wash. I just took 1 egg and I just beat it 1 egg, okay? And then I'm just going to take that egg wash and place it on the side of the dough, so that way when I fold it over, it can kind of stick together. And as you can see, I'm folding it over, okay, guys? And I'm just going to make sure it is nicely tucked up in there. Ain't no extra room in there anywhere. And I'm just going to slice off the extra dough because we don't need all that bread, all that extra bread. I don't like too much bread in my stuff anyway. So I just cut off the extra bread, and then to really seal in the deal, you want to take a fork and press against the edges, okay? It also makes like a pretty design, but when it bakes, it's going to disappear anyway. But I don't know. It makes a pretty design before you bake it. And then I'm moving ahead, so I'm going to wait for the video to catch up, and then I'm going to come back and tell you what's next. Okay, so now we got our salmon nicely tucked up in there. We have to put some egg wash on top of our salmon Wellington, guys. And this is just what is going to be used to make our salmon turn that golden brown color. And then the fun part, make your design, guys. I'm just doing your traditional salmon Wellington design, guys, but you can try to carve some letters up in there and spell love, try to carve a heart. I'm just not a artistic drawing individual, so I didn't want to mess up my salmon Wellington because I have to take a pretty picture for y'all. So I just did your traditional design, and once I did my design, I added even some more egg wash on top. And then once you have both of your salmon Wellingtons done, you have your designs done, you want to place them in your oven, and you should have your oven on 425 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, guys. They don't take that long to cook. And I'm actually going to be showing y'all a nice sauce that you can pair with your salmon Wellington. I told you guys, every good dish has a good sauce, but honestly, you don't really even need a sauce to make a, to pair with your salmon Wellington. So don't be discouraged if you're saying, oh, I ain't make the sauce. It's okay. It's okay, because 92.8% of the time I eat my salmon Wellington without a sauce. But every good dish has some type of sauce to pair with it. So give them options on Valentine's Day, okay? Serve it on the side so that way you can be fancy and be like, hey, you want some sauce to go with your salmon Wellington? I'm just saying. So we're going to, once we have our designs finished on our salmon Wellington, I be cracking myself up sometimes when I be like listening back to my recordings. I be saying some wild stuff. So you're going to put your salmon Wellington in the oven, 425 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. And then while it's in the oven, we're going to work on our sauce, and our sauce is a Dijon cream sauce, guys. It's absolutely delicious. I mean, really, really good. And it brings a different flair to the salmon Wellington. So first we want to start off with 2 tablespoons of butter, guys. Once that butter starts melting, we want to dice up some shallots. I put in 2 tablespoons of minced shallots in, and then you just want to mix that around, let that cook. And yes, my friends, today in our sauce, we're going to be cooking with wine. The wine, I add a lot of wine to all my sauces because, well, not a lot of wine, just some wine, because it enhances your sauce. It brings up so much flavor. So I added in some Pinot Grigio, guys. You can use whatever type of white wine you want to. And I just added in 1/4 cup. Once that wine reduces to about 1 tablespoon, you then want to throw in your heavy whipping cream. In total, I added in a 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. I lied. Before I added in my heavy whipping cream, I added in some Dijon mustard. Forgot about the main ingredient, the main event. So I added in 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. You can also use honey Dijon if you want to. And then I added in my heavy whipping cream. In total, I added in about 1.5 cups. And then you just want to cut your stove down. At first, I had my stove on a level 6. Then I cut it down to a level 2. And I just let that slowly simmer until my salmon Wellington was done. And you're going to see it change colors. It's going to get like a mustardy color. And that's what you want, guys, because that means the Dijon mustard has really infused in with the cream, and then you have the wine infused in with the onions, the shallots, and it's just gonna just present itself to be a beautiful looking sauce. And I'm just gonna place this in some ramekins so we can serve it on the side during our presentation time. Speaking of presentation time, it's time for presentation time because we all know presentation is key. So first, I just steamed some broccoli, guys. You can also serve this with some roasted potatoes, but I didn't want no extra starch up in my meal because I already got the bread. So you just want to place some broccoli. I'm using my rectangular plates that I got from Walmart, and I'm just placing that to the far right of my plate because our salmon Wellington is huge, so we're gonna need a lot of room. So salmon Wellington, is your time to shine, okay? And don't worry, guys, y'all know I'm gonna cut up in her to see what it's looking like inside, and I'm gonna taste. Well, it was too much going on in my background, so y'all couldn't really hear my reaction, but trust me, I was going off. I love salmon Wellington. It's just so good. But I just cut it in half so I can take a pretty picture for y'all. But guys, you can just leave it whole like that, so then the person eating it could cut it how they want to and eat it how they want to. But I wanted y'all to see what it's looking like on the inside, so I just cut it diagonally and then just plated it in put it in a particular position to get like the best camera angle picture for Instagram. And then I just have my sauce on the side, sprinkle some parsley on them bad boys, and that's pretty much it, guys. The flavor, the taste, the pastry, the everything just complements itself with or without the sauce. The sauce does not make or break this dish, guys. So don't be discouraged if you didn't make the sauce. I, again, don't eat my salmon Wellington with sauce all the time. Sometimes I do if I feel fancy. Sometimes I don't. So you guys have to try this dish for Valentine's Day or just for a regular weekday, guys. Y'all know I make recipes that's easy to prepare on a weekday. But that's pretty much it, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys are washing your hands, and I will see you guys at my next video.